Today, caregivers are asking the question, how do I know if I can trust the healthcare system? Should I pay attention to or believe the recommendations that doctors are making to me for myself or for my elderly parent? I'm Pamela D Wilson. My website is pameladwilson.com. And in this video post, there is a link to a page on my website. There is a lot of free information, education, my caregiving library, some videos, and a course. So the answer to, can I trust the healthcare system? Can I trust the doctors that I'm working with? Really depends a lot on what I call context. So context is the situation. How long have you known this doctor? Is this doctor a new specialist who is involved with your parent? Are they a doctor that you met in a hospital or in a nursing home or in some other setting like a cancer clinic? And how well does the doctor know your parent or spouse or the person who needs care? The second item related to context is, how involved have you been as a caregiver? How well do you know the health condition of your parent, the medications that they're taking, the consequences of the treatment, and everything involved? Or is this a new situation and you really don't know very much? In these situations, this is where caregivers can feel a little bit stuck between, do I trust the doctor? Do I not trust the doctor? Is the healthcare system really telling me what I should know? Or are they more interested in putting myself, my parent, a spouse through a lot of treatment that is going to have no positive effects, but that makes them a lot of money? I want to share two situations from my years as a care manager for clients. And in both of these situations, I was the medical power of attorney. I was not the guardian. And so there's a difference when you work with the healthcare system between being a medical power of attorney and a guardian who has absolute power through the court to make decisions versus being a medical power of attorney that doctors don't always recognize as being totally valid. And I'll share why. The first was a situation with a client of mine that I met because he was in a nursing home. He had fallen, broken a hip, and he had early dementia. The nursing home was telling him and his family, oh, you cannot possibly go home because you can't take care of yourself. You don't have the mental capacity up here to manage your care. Fortunately, he had some brothers and sisters that he called saying, I want to go home, and these people are telling me I have to stay in this nursing home and continue to pay them about $10,000 a month. So the question here to ask is, was the nursing home really looking out for the best interests of this gentleman, or was the nursing home more concerned about keeping him there and getting paid $10,000 a month? The resolution to the situation was that I ended up becoming his medical and financial power of attorney, and I got him out of the nursing home because I had the skills to take him home, manage his care, and the nursing home personally knew me. Another situation, though, that didn't turn out quite the way it should have. I had another client. I was his power of attorney. He had a lot of heart issues over the years, and earlier considerations were given to putting in a pacemaker, and the cardiologist said, you know, his heart's not strong enough, it won't work, we could do it, but he would probably not survive. So this gentleman goes into a local hospital emergency room, and the doctors there start talking about a pacemaker. I supply all the records from the prior cardiologist that says he doesn't have the heart strength, it doesn't make sense to do it, but my client with dementia said, well, of course I want a pacemaker, why wouldn't I? But yet he didn't understand the consequences, didn't understand the fact that a prior cardiologist said, it's not a good idea, it won't work. And the hospital said, well, you know, I realize you're the power of attorney, but he wants the pacemaker. And I totally disagreed. So what do? They put him through the pacemaker. Now, in this situation, they thought they should have considered, If he goes home, can he do everything that it takes to manage this pacemaker? Will he be able to come to all of these appointments? Will he be able to do all of the aftercare by himself or with a little bit of help? If they would have asked that question, the answer would have been absolutely not. He can't do this. But they did it anyway. What happened? 2 weeks later, he didn't wake up one morning and he died. So in this case, the hospital, in my opinion, was more interested in money than in the best interest of this client. These are the situations that caregivers go through. You don't know who to believe and you don't know who not to believe. So honestly, what do? The best thing that you can do is find someone like myself, or take a course, or get some education to find out if people have been through similar situations and what happened. You can also try to do as much investigation as possible. You can ask the doctors the hard questions about what's the survival rate, how many people actually make it through this. If they have enough experience, they might be able to tell you. But these are hard decisions. It's difficult to know whether you can trust the healthcare system depending on the context of your situation. I'm Pamela D Wilson. More information, a lot of help for caregivers and aging adults is on my website. It's PamelaDWilson.com. Have a fabulous day today. I will see you again soon in another video.